A profound transition from a state of fear-based survival to one of spiritual alignment and surrender. A shift into a higher frequency, fifth-dimensional reality where manifestations are no longer forced, but naturally embodied through intentional presence. The core concepts of ascension as a transition from fear-based survival to loving, resonant consciousness. The massive recalibration of the earthly journey. Your earthly journey is moving from a 3D reality, defined by limitation, linear time, and separation, into a higher dimensional, 5D, experience of light and unconditional love. This is not an escape from Earth, but a mastery of your frequency while still in physical form. This recalibration involves calling back fragmented pieces of your soul, resulting in an ascension, diving within, rather than just ascension, recognizing symptoms such as fatigue, vertigo, or aches as your physical vehicle adapting to higher frequencies. Breaking free from psychological confinement, you are dismantling the illusionary self, a mental structure built on fear, survival tactics, and the need for control. Moving away from the mind's tendency to run on anxiety, skepticism, and self-protection. Freeing yourself from the tiny corral of egoic thought, realizing that peace resides in the heart rather than external circumstances. Acknowledging and integrating repressed emotions and limiting beliefs that keep you trapped. The core geometry of ascension, rigid angles to flowing rings. This represents a structural, energetic shift within your consciousness, shifting from sharp, defensive postures to fluid, harmonic shapes. Rigid angles, 3D structure, these are defensive mental postures, skepticism, judgment, separation, and rigidity, that form a closed, geometric pattern. It is the trapped state of survival. Flowing rings, 5D structure, the shift is toward inner resonance, characterized by love, compassion, and unity consciousness. This is often visualized as sacred geometry patterns like the toroid, a self-sustaining, flowing energy field, or the flower of life. You are transforming your energy from a state of contraction, fear, defense, to expansion, love, connection. Migration from isolation to divine connection. You are moving away from the belief that you are separate from the source, cosmic isolation, and directly into the experience of being a conscious creator. Actively experiencing unconditional love and unity, which dissolves the illusion of separation. The understanding that the Creator is within you, and that your true nature is divine light and love. This shift is aided by accessing your internal, spiritual navigation system, rather than relying on external validation. This process is a shift up, a profound transformation from egoic, protective living into a life that resonates with your true, authentic soul signature. The era of the frozen winter, the old blueprint. When the ego feels unsafe or threatened, it retreats into the mind. It analyzes, calculates, and intellectualizes experiences to maintain a sense of control and avoid vulnerability. You built a mental, logical framework designed to keep out pain, chaos, and untrustworthy external forces. It was a brilliant, necessary survival mechanism for a time. Over time, this defense mechanism became a prison, limiting your experiences and emotions. The frozen aspect refers to a lack of emotional warmth, spontaneity, and flow, a state of spiritual numbness. The result: deep spiritual loneliness. By relying solely on cold logic, you blocked out the celestial light, the nurturing, intuitive, and emotional frequency of the divine. The soul requires spiritual sustenance, connection, love, purpose, which cannot be provided by the mind alone. The retreat into logic creates a deep spiritual loneliness, because you are disconnected from the nurturing, emotional frequency of the divine, often resulting in spiritual emptiness despite having a successful life on the surface. The shift. Outgrowing the blueprint. The friction you experienced was the result of forcing outcomes through sheer willpower, rather than aligning with divine timing. You are being called to move from a state of pushing ego to receiving spirit. This represents moving away from rugged individualism and into a state of free, uncoerced partnership with the divine, a partnership based on trust, flow, and mutual surrender, rather than control. The path forward, embodied truth. The frozen winter is ending, and the era of embodied truth is beginning. You are shedding the need for mental fortresses and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, open, and guided by intuition rather than just logic. It is not about killing the ego, but about integrating it with your heart and spirit, moving from cold intellectualism to loving, compassionate awareness. You are moving away from trying to force your life, and instead trusting in the natural, orderly flow of the divine. The purpose of the breakdown. The devastation you experienced was not a punishment, but a necessary deconstruction. That intense pain was actually the removal of structures, relationships, or beliefs that were never going to sustain your soul in the long term. It was a divine demolition, because a gentle nudge would not have been enough to break through the protective walls you had built around your heart. The ego, focused on material safety and external control, had to be forced to let go so that your spirit could breathe. The crossroads. Fear versus heart. You are standing between two distinct realities. The path of fear, the past. This is the comfortable, yet suffocating, matrix of skepticism, self-defense, and doing it alone, to avoid being hurt again. It feels safe, but it is actually a form of solitary confinement. The path of the heart, the future. This requires immense courage. It is the path of emotional maturity, vulnerability, and surrender. It means trusting in the unseen and allowing yourself to be seen, fully and without armor. The choice. The universe is not asking you to simply be positive. It is demanding a radical, active choice to change your frequency. True strength is no longer about shielding yourself from potential heartbreak. It is about having the courage to remain open, knowing you can handle whatever comes, because you are now operating from a place of inner wholeness, not outer validation. The ego thrives in isolation, feeding on the narrative of me against the world. The heart thrives on connection. This is a call to break out of solitary confinement and trust in the power of deep, authentic companionship. You are being asked to abandon the defensive skepticism that keeps you safe but small. This is a call to blind faith, not blind to reality, but blind to the limitations of fear, choosing to believe in the benevolence of the universe and your own capacity to thrive. This is your moment of awakening. The demolition is over. Now, you get to build a life from the heart. The illusion of slow momentum. When life feels like it has slowed down to a crawl, it is not regression. This slowing is often the universe reducing the frictional resistance between your previous, lower-frequency existence and your new, high-frequency life. This slow, deliberate pace is a meticulously calibrated divine unfolding. It allows you to build a foundation that can sustain the high vibration of your manifestations, protecting you from premature manifestation that you might not be ready for. Urgency is a construct of fear, doubt, and the ego's desire to control time. The celestial order operates outside of this frantic, anxiety-driven pace, moving instead with reverence for the sacred timing necessary for growth. The gentle dawn. Structure. A quiet, slow start is not a sign of failure. It guarantees an indestructible foundation that can endure. Slow growth is strong growth. It allows you to build inner capacity rather than just temporary exterior success. When you slow down, you are forced to move from doing to simply being. This brings you into the now, which is the only place where true creation happens, shifting you into alignment. The universe operates in deep, absolute reverence for your personal evolution. This means the timeline is designed to ensure you embody the lessons, like patience and trust, required for long-term fulfillment. The aligned partnership. Because the foundation is built on this higher frequency rather than forced action, the resulting connections, specifically a major, aligned partnership, will be based on mutual, sacred reciprocity. This means equal giving and receiving, rather than the imbalanced, high-friction relationships often generated by urgent energy. This partnership will feel calm, grounded, and aligned with your soul's purpose, rather than chaotic or fleeting. Do not mistake the current slow pace for a lack of progress. Embrace this gentle dawn by relaxing into the present moment, releasing the need to control the speed, and trusting that the foundation being built is meant to last a lifetime. Anchoring the new earth paradigm. The transmutation of fear into trust. Recognize that you are being actively steered away from the cold vacuum of fear. The old, dense matrix of separation is losing its hold. Lean completely into the radiant network of trust, knowing you are supported by unseen forces. Fear is merely a low-frequency data point, it is not your reality. The unseen, divine support system is now surfacing in your physical awareness. Radical alignment with the future self. You are navigating a timeline acceleration. The you that you are becoming is already fully operational in a higher frequency, watching you with immense love and guidance. To bridge this gap, you must stop operating from the limitation of your past experiences. You are being asked to embody the frequency of your highest potential now, in this moment, rather than waiting for external validation. Operational directives. Protocols for embodiment. The guardian of consciousness, vigilant focus. Guard your consciousness with the tenacity of a celestial warrior. Maintain a strict focus on the highest cosmic frequencies by actively aligning your daily thoughts, media consumption, and internal dialogue with the celestial order. If a thought, media source, or conversation lowers your vibration, sever your energetic connection to it immediately. Curate your environment for light. Your focus is your creative power, use it intentionally. The mastery of love, radiance and density. Choose love precisely when the energetic density of the earthly plane makes it difficult to do so. This is the ultimate test of the new human. When triggered, the ego desires to contract and protect. The higher self expands and transcends. Keep your energetic field wide open instead of closing up when triggered. In moments of friction, breathe, expand your heart center, and send unconditional love to the distortion. This breaks the cycle of negative karmic feedback loops. The embodiment of ecstasy. The end of waiting, your mortal daydreaming and highest wishes were merely a preview of the literal ecstasy meant for you. The time has arrived to stop waiting and fully embody it in the physical realm. Cease the energetic vibration of needing or wanting, as this implies absence. Move into the vibration of having. Act, speak, and live as if your highest reality is already your daily experience. Walk with the grace of one who knows they are beloved by the universe.